Howdy-ho, Stampers! Welcome back to my studio. This is Deb Valder. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today I'm going to bring you another version of my laser cutting technique. And that is done with this Happy. It's a Thinlit found in our 2015 Occasions catalog. It's on page 31. It is up here at the top. It's like I said, it's a set of Thinlits. There's a set of 4. You can also buy it in a bundle with this stamp set. The bundle saves you 15% on both pieces, so it's really worth getting the bundle if you're going to need the stamp set and the Thinlits. Every once in a while, you just need one word, and that is this right here. So you can put them together, or you can use them separately. There's 33 stamps in this stamp set right here, so it's a good deal. So the framelit or the Thinlits that come in that set are thanks, it is you, it is hello, and it is happy. Now if you wanted to do thank you, all you have to do is cut off the S, so you have thank you. You can use the thanks all by itself. These are done with some of our glimmer paper, but this is what they look like. They're absolutely gorgeous, and we're going to use the word happy today because it just makes me happy. I started off with a card base, which is Blackberry Bliss, and it is 11 by 4 1/4, and I scored it at 5 1/2 right up here on top. I'm going to need my Big Shot to cut out the word happy. When we do that, what we need to do is to put a shim underneath it. I like to do that because the words are very intricate. It's a little bit harder to get them out, so with a shim it cuts it just a little bit better. So make sure you use your Thinlit. Or your shim, excuse me, and then we're just going to grab our piece of cardstock, lay it in here. So this is the back of my card, this is the front of my card, you see? It opens just like that. So put the back of the card through. We're going to line up the word happy right here, and you want to get it straight because remember, this is part of our card. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take and put my my top on, and that's my clear plastic plate. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to run it through. It's a little bit harder because remember I have that shim. I'm going to run it back. I like to do it a couple times and then just back for good measures. And that should get our little word happy out of there. Alright, I told you this one's just a little bit different because it is very, very delicate. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off. I'm going to need my plastic or my Big Shot again in just a minute. But I wanted to show you how this just pops right out of there. Okay, so this right here is the base of our card. We need this piece, and you can actually make a card looking like that. But we want to put these back in there to give it some detail. Now what I need to do is to get this out of here, but I also need to cut a piece of my designer series paper. And I'm going to do that with my happy again. Let's get this out of here. So we're going to do the dryer sheet technique to get it out. So I'm going to bring back my Big Shot. I'm going to lay down my dryer sheets just to get this happy out of here because I don't need it, and rather than poking it, it just makes it so much easier if I just run it through with my I'm going to take the shim out of this also, and then I'm just going to run this through. Here we go. Alright, so that's going to get my happy out of here, so I'm very happy. Now I don't need that for right now, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually run through with my shim again. Alright, so let me just show you what I did off camera. I just put my shim back in there. I put my plastic plate. I'm going to take and put my designer series paper because I want a different color in my laser cut, and I'm just going to put my happy back on there. Remember, we're going to run it through back and forth, hold on, back and forth. There we go. Whoops. There we go. Alrighty, let's run it back and forth. Now this is a thinner piece of paper than our cardstock, so you probably don't have to run it through as many times, but just for safe measures, I'm going to do that. So I just ran it through 3 times, and then go all the way through. And whoops, we can't put that away because I have to do my dryer sheet technique. Okay, so here we have this. I'm going to just pop it right off. It's stuck inside there. So now I need my dryer sheets. I'm going to take my shim out. So I have my magnetic platform. I have my clear plastic plate. I have my dryer sheet. And I have my happy. So let's just put those on here like this and run it through. I have 4 dryer sheets in there. which makes it 8 layers because I folded them in half. And this just pops right off. And we are going to take this off. Now be very careful because this is much more delicate than the butterflies that we've been working on. So I'm just going to take it, I'm going to bend this just a little bit. You see how it just kind of pops right off? And I'm going to slowly take it and remove. So easy. And see, all the waste stays right on the dryer sheet. Whoever invented this is absolutely amazing. And I'm just passing it on to you. So there's our word happy. It was effortless, except that I had to keep lifting the big shot up. Here we are. So that is that part of it right there. Now what we need to do is to add it to our card. So I'm going to bring my card base back in here, just like that. And let's put the inside on first, okay? So I'm going to just take a white piece of cardstock. I think this is 4 by 5 1/4, and I'm just going to put that as my inside. The reason I'm doing that right now is because I want you to be able to see the difference between the two of them. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 2 bottom pieces and put those on. So I'm going to take my fast fuse, just add that. And you see how with my fast fuse I'm just running it down and flicking it off. And that's the way you use fast fuse. This is just an 1/8 of an inch difference, so this is going to fit in here just perfectly. And this one's 1/8 of an inch different from the crushed curry. So like I said, these are all brand new pieces. This designer series paper is new in the Occasions Mini. It's absolutely gorgeous. And we're just going to slide that on there. Alrighty, now we need to start gluing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take on the inside. Now you see how these all kind of stick up a little bit? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of my green glue. I call it green glue, but it's really the Tombow multi-adhesive glue. And I'm going to take and just put a little bit, and when I say a little bit, I mean a little bit, around the top pieces right here. So see all these little intricate pieces right here? You don't want those to stick up. So we're just going to take and put a little bit of Tombow glue. You see how when I say little, I mean little? Because you don't want it gluing out into the window sheet. Alright, so basically what I'm doing, are you following me here? What I'm doing is just outlining the outside of the word happy. And we're going to do this before we put on the window sheet. This is just going to be for extra measures. Alright? It's mostly these little pieces right here that are going to stick up because they're so intricate. You just want them to work really well. Alright, so we put our multi-purpose adhesive glue on there, and now I've got to get my window sheet. So here's my window sheet, and with my window sheet, I'm going to take and I'm going to put 1 mini glue dot in each corner. So let's just put those on. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this is going to go right here. And you want to line it up nice and pretty because it's going to show. When you open up your card, it's going to show. Now this glue is going to dry and it's going to dry clear, so don't worry about that. And what I want to do is to just lay this down so that that glue adheres to this window sheet, and when you close it, it won't pop up. Okay? Everybody with me so far? Now we've got to get this little critter onto the window sheet. So, and that's what's going to make it look like that laser technique. So you definitely need your silicone mat, and you're going to need your little laser cut, and then you're going to use your two-way glue. So now all of these glues are found in my grab and go bag. So if anybody needs to purchase a grab and go bag, just let me know. I will advertise them again on my website, or on my blog, and it has everything in there that you need. All of your glues, your cutting mat. We'll get one put together for you and send it right off to you. They're absolutely amazing. And then literally, if you are going to a stamping event or a scrapbooking event, you can just grab them, grab your little grab and go mat, and take it with you. It's a wonderful tool. I have mine right here in front of me on my desk so that I have everything right at my fingertips. So I'm not grabbing and going anywhere. I just have everything organized. Okay, so now I did that on my silicone mat, and what we're going to do is just very carefully lay it on the inside. We're just putting it back in like a puzzle piece. Let's just lay it right in there. There we go. So you see how it just lays right back in there? Isn't that gorgeous? Gorgeous, gorgeous. And this matches the paper. I just cut it out of the designer series paper just like it was. And we're good to go. Okay, now we need to stamp the birthday from that stamp set that I just showed you. That's part of the bundle. And that I'm going to do with Whisper White ink right under the happy. So we have happy birthday. You could say happy graduation because that's in there. It's pretty much an all occasion set. So here's my birthday. I have, let's get that out of the way. I have my birthday, and I'm just going to stamp it onto my card like that. Alrighty, one more thing done. Now let me show you how I made this adorable bow. Okay, what I'm going to do is just take a piece of our new ribbon, and this is Hello Honey. And it's a new ribbon in the Occasions catalog also. I'm going to take that and I'm going to wrap it around the inside of it just like this. And it doesn't have to come together totally. As a matter of fact, you could save ribbon by even cutting it a little bit less because it's going to be covered up by the bow itself. But what I'm going to adhere that with are mini glue dots. So I'm just going to take my mini glue dot, put it down here onto my card. Like I said, we've used a lot of different types of glue in this card, but they each have a purpose. And if you have all of those, it's just going to make your project so much easier. All right, you want it nice and tight. All right, let's learn how to make this bow right here. So I have a piece of ribbon, and all the dimensions will be on my blog because I don't have them right here. But they're going to be, we're going to take and we're going to put a mini glue dot on each end of this. So there's one there, and a mini glue dot right here. And then we're going to take and put them in the middle so that the seam is in the middle because we want to cover up that seam. And you see how that is already taken effect? All right, so we've got the starts of our bow. Now we have this little tiny piece right here, and we are going to put a mini glue dot again on each piece. One on that side, and then one on this side. And we're going to start on the back in the middle and wrap it around. Just like that. And now you have your pretty bow. We're going to take 3 more mini glue dots. I call them mini glue dots. That's just because they're littler than, I guess, big glue dots. I don't know. Anyway, here you go. There's another one and one more. And remember, I just keep folding this over. Remember, the glue dots are underneath. They're not on top. If you see glue dots on top, you're going to have a mess because those are going to be all over your box. They're going to be all over your workstation. You just don't want that. All right, to finish up our card, we're just going to lay this down here. And voila, you have your card. And when I close it, now that this is all dry, it won't pop up. You see how I don't have any pieces that pop up? I have a gorgeous birthday card. It did not only take but a few minutes, and we're good to go. I hope you enjoyed my post. It is so much fun to make cards. It is so much fun to craft. Hop on over to my blog, and if you have any questions, please let me know. I'd love to hear from you. Take care and have a great day.